Yo, hello peeps. I want to show you what kind of hairstyle or haircut you should get depending on your face shape. So the reason why I'm making this video is because yesterday I wanted to get a haircut and I was like, all right, I want to work out what my face shape is in order to be able to get this haircut. I'm tired of the same old haircuts that I always usually get. I always usually get like the same styles. And the same style for me at the moment is like short on the side, relatively long on top, so I can style it and I can like quiff it upwards, okay? So I was like, that's usually the style I'm going for, but I'm a bit bored of that. Now I want to find what actual hairstyle suits my face shape, okay? Because I was with a friend and he was like, oh yeah, you should get like different hairstyles based on your face shape. I was like, what? Never really looked into this. So I want to do a video showing you guys the process that I actually undertook, and then you can try this for yourselves to see whether the hairstyle is going to work for you. The first thing we want to do is we want to work out what your face shape is, okay? So I'm on this website here, cuttingcave.com. Let me just zoom in here a little bit. Can I do that? Yep, I can. Perfect. How to find the best hairstyle for your face shape. Right, so here we go. We've got some different face shapes here. Now, I had an idea about what my face shape was, okay? So when I look at my face, here we go. Let's look at it on camera. You can see that I've got kind of it's definitely longer than it is wider, you know, if I look at my face. Like, it's that wide and then, yeah, it's definitely longer than it is wider. So if I'm to have a look and just take a random guess at what my face shape would look like, and then also I want to be looking at, you want to be looking at your chin. Now I'll show you a piece of software that does this for you automatically, but before you do that, let's just get in the frame of thinking what your face shape actually looks like. Like, I can really tell now if I look at your face what it should look like or what style it is. So as I look, okay, so I look at oval face shape. Now that makes a bit of sense. It's kind of, it's top, but then the oval face shape, it looks like I don't have that because I've got my chin, as you can see, my bones come down like so, and then my chin's a little bit bigger, so it's not oval. And then when I look at anything else, definitely not a diamond shape. So, whoops, clicked on that by accident. Oblong face shape. Now when I look at that, it's quite long, and then it comes down, and then as you can see there, where my mouse cursor is, you can see that the jawline is a bit clearer for oblong, and then it comes into a bigger chin, whereas the oval is like a rounded thing. So if I went perfectly round, then I would probably be oval, but I'm gonna guess that I'm oblong because I've got a long head, not that wide, and then it comes down like that with the cheekbones, and then there's a rounded off end of the chin. So I guessed actually that I was oblong. Now, you could sit here and take a bunch of guesses, but let's make your life easier by going to this website right here. FaceShapeDetection.com, okay? Oh, who are these hot girls? We're trying to sell me. Get away from all this stuff. They're trying to sell me stuff all the time. Okay, so FaceShapeDetection.com. Upload file har or click to upload. So let's do this. Let's chuck in a photo. Let's chuck in that right there. I took a picture of myself earlier on. I could have taken a better picture. It wasn't the best one in the world. Now, aha, I was correct. Oblong face shape. Click here to explore further insights and details about the captivating oblong face shape. Try another image. So you go to FaceShapeDetection.com, upload a selfie of your face, not a side angle, just literally straight on. Look at the camera straight on. As you've seen here on my picture, I'm looking straight on. And as I zoom in, we would have been able to take a guess at what the face shape was. Like, okay, I've got quite a long face, right? So you can see it's oblong shaped. It's like it goes long upwards and then it rounds off here in an oblong style. So I was right about it being an oblong face shape. So in fact, to take the guessing out of this game, you should go straight to FaceShapeDetection.com, and then that way you can find out what your face shape is. Once you found out your face shape, so I was like, okay, I never knew that it was called oblong. This is the first time, like yesterday was the first time I've ever looked into this kind of stuff. I've started to become quite over analytical since I opened this channel because I just want to know, like, how does a man find out all the intricacies? How can you look your best possible, how can a man look his best possible look, his best possible shape? Haircut, beard, all this stuff makes a massive difference, by the way, massive difference. Now, I'm an oblong, so let's go into how to find the best hairstyle for your face shape. So I'm going to go down the oblong face shape. Now let's have a look. Side parted, okay, fair enough. Buzz cut, so buzz cuts when it's like, it looks pretty short. Fringe up, that's what I usually do. I do usually like the fringe up. I've done that, as you can see now. It probably is a bit of a fringe up where I've like tried to, but actually I've flattened it a little bit more since yesterday. And then there's the side fringe, which I don't really like. I've tried that personally and I don't really like it. So when I look at all of these, I'm thinking, I keep clicking that by accident. I'm thinking side part and fringe up are the two that I want to go with, okay? Buzz cut, I've cut my hair short once. I didn't really like it. You know, you've got to experiment with these things and see what kind of works for you. I didn't like the buzz cut and I didn't like the side fringe, okay? So the fringe up is what I usually try and the side parting is what I tried yesterday and it actually ended up working really well. Let me see if I can get a video of myself yesterday. If I can just quickly show you on camera here. So here we go. This is what it looked like yesterday. Let's see if I can capture that on camera. Let's go to the start here. Right, now check this out. So as you can see, I went for the side parting yesterday. Look at that. I kept it flat. There we go. So I'm going to pause it there and just show you that still image. Right, can you see that I've actually tried to flatten it down to go with the side parting, okay, rather than the fringe up, which I've gone for a little bit more today. I've tried to like stick it up a little bit more, but the side parting, I patted it down, and as you can see, apart from my sleepy eyes, that actually suits my face, that side parting. Now, why does that work? Well, because basically, if you think about it, because if you've got an oblong face, and then you have really short on the side, and then you've got some like long Krusty the Clown type hair on the top, then what that's doing is it's actually making your head look longer than it is, okay? So you're giving the impression that your head's like really long. If I just had hair just at the top and I shaved all of this off, I personally think I'm gonna look stupid. Now, I'm willing to give it a try just to experiment to see how it actually looks, but I have tried it in the past and I was like, it just looks like my hair's like pointing upwards and it makes my head look more oblong than it actually is. So I didn't really like that style. So I went with the side parting, which worked yesterday. Today I went with a bit more of a fringe up, like I just pushed it up a little bit more, like I could flatten it, for example, like so. So if I flatten it, then my head is gonna look less. Can you see actually, as I flatten it, my head looks less oblong, doesn't it? Can you see that? How interesting is that? Now, if I let go and I push it upwards, if I do that, check this out. There you go. Doesn't my head look a lot more oblong? Doesn't it look a lot more like that? If I just like give this a little bit of a, right? It looks like my head's a lot longer. See that? Perfect example. So when I slapped it this way and I tried to like bring it down like so, you can see that my head looks less oblong. So this is correct. This actually works, this shit. This is why I gave it a try. Now, you're gonna get your face shape and then you are gonna work out what face shape it is. Then you're gonna see the different styles here on cuttingcave.com. So you can come back on this video and pause it and then you can see what best works for your head. So for example, my two friends, well, one of my flatmates at the moment in Budapest, he did it and he had an oval face shape, okay? And for oval face shape, what does it recommend? Pushed back long hair, side parted short. It's interesting. It's interesting that's short and this one's just normal side parting. Undercut and then fringe up, okay? So quite similar to oblong. Let's have a look. What about square face shape? What's it recommending for that? Buzz cut, okay. Faux hawk, yeah. So basically what it's saying is if you've got a square head, then it's fine for you to have hair that's like flying upwards because that gives you more of a shape, more of like an oblongy type shape rather than just looking like a complete square head. What about if you've got a round face? Round face shape, so hair upwards. Yeah, so as you can see, if you've got round face shape, your hair is gonna go upwards in most of the recommendations. Because if you've got a round face and then you've got a side parting, like mine, for example, like let's just say my face is like a circle and I did that, right? My face is going to look even more of a circle. You don't want to have a perfectly circular looking face. So again, just walking you through this, and it does actually make sense. So a round face, you want hair going upwards to give you the impression that you've got more of a style and more symmetry. Diamond face shape. Okay, so diamond face shape is the same actually. Long hair going upwards, heart face shape. Okay, so that's kind of a mix of the two. But it's interesting that the oblong so the oblong is the one where it's just saying keep your hair relatively short, and then the diamond face shape and the round face shape is leave your hair long and let it grow upwards. Interesting stuff, I've got to say. Like, I came across this and I've never really given any of this an actual shot. Just close this so the microphone is clearer. There you go. Right, so then I went to these chaps here, the Good Barbers, best haircut and beard shape for your face, the ultimate guide. So these are the different shapes. This is a more of a clear vision of what it looks like. Oblong, that's my face. Diamond is not my face, because you can see diamond is a sharper, smaller chin. Square, I definitely don't have a square face. Heart-shaped face, yeah. No, that's not me. Round, now round tends to be if you've got a bit of weight on you, then you're going to have a rounder face. But if you lose your weight, do some intermittent fasting like I do, you're going to lose the round edges, and it's actually going to get thinner, and you'll see that there'll be more of a clear definition between your chin and your jawline, okay? So oval, again, quite a nice face shape there. It's not so rounded. It's going to be, you're going to look quite skinny. And triangle, yeah, I mean, it's a bit too pointy down at the chin. So if I looked at this and I said, what's the most attractive face? Just off the top of my head, I'd say that one looks pretty good. What's that? That's oval, okay. So that one looks pretty attractive. That one looks quite rounded. That one looks too sharp of a chin. That's a very sharp chin as well. Square doesn't look too attractive. That doesn't look too attractive either. Yeah, and that doesn't. Actually, the only one I personally think looks attractive in this is the oval shape, but that's just my opinion. We're now going to have a look and see what the rest of these guys are saying. So these guys get you to measure your forehead in a horizontal manner, measure the area between your cheekbones. Now, you could do all of this measurement stuff, or let's be honest, you could just go to faceshapedetection.com and it will give you your face shape. And I'll say, try that a few times, okay? Try that 3, 4, 5 times with different pictures just to make sure you're getting the correct face shape, because you might get a different face shape depending on different pictures. So put a few pictures in there and take the average of, I put like 5 pictures in. 1 of them was oval and 4 of them were oblong. So then I knew obviously I'm going to be oblong. So here we go. If oblong, if the face length is greater than the forehead, cheekbone, and jawline, the same size, and your face shape is rectangular oblong, what's the most suitable styles for oblong? Style focus for rectangle oblong shape is making it look wider to balance the length of face shape. Exactly, right? So it's trying to make me look wider rather than make it look longer. Any textured haircut with medium hair length on top with fuller sides. Aha. So if I completely skinned this off, right, and had that classic skin fade like a lot of people do, then it's just going to look like it's going to go upwards. It's not going to be that attractive. So medium hair length on top, which I think I'm kind of medium hair length right now, with slightly fuller sides. Now I could be a little bit more fuller on the sides, but I like that. I think that's enough hair on the sides, so I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to, I don't like when it grows out too much. When it comes out a bit more, I just don't look attractive, and it's just annoying. Any hairstyle that is longer on top will elongate the face shape, okay? So great website, and it even tells you what wax you should be using. That's pretty funny. Again, you can use this website to work out. I don't want to go through every single one. We've got diamond face shape, square face, heart face, triangle face, oval face. I don't want to go through each one again. This is for you to go and do yourselves. I'm giving you an example of how I did it for myself, so you can then go and repeat this and see how it looks on you. Now, let's go to GQ. I jumped in here, so GQ.com, best haircut for your face shape. So I scrolled up and down to have a look. What's the best haircut for your face shape? Now, we've got an idea of this already. How do you determine your face shape? Use the website I just told you. What face shape do I have? Now, remember, rules are meant to be broken. Yeah, exactly. Like, just a quick one. This isn't Bible, but it's useful, okay? So it's super useful, and I say give it a try, But sometimes it might just not work for you. Sometimes you should experiment different hairstyles. But in general, this does seem to work, right? In general, I've noticed for me, it did seem to work. It made my face look less long yesterday when I did the side parting. As I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna like flatten it down. See, like attempt to flatten it down like so. Best haircuts for different face shapes. So it tells you here the oval face shape, Justin Bieber, A$AP Rocky, Ryan Gosling. It's going to go into details. If you got an oval face, then you've won the Gillette lottery. I did say the oval face shape did look quite attractive, at least when it comes to having the widest range of flattering haircut options. The oval face shape is the perfect balance between width and height. Nice. Lucky boys if you got an oval face shape. So I'm going to go down to my one and see what it says for, that's probably going to be round, isn't it? Yeah, you can see that. He's got a rounded face. Let's go down to oblong because I want to see what it says for me. Here we go. Heart face. Oblong. Okay, so haircuts for oblong. So Jake Gyllenhaal, get in there. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Okay, so yeah, you can see he's got a slightly longer head, a bit like a rectangle, and then it's not such a sharp chin, kind of like mine. It's not a sharp chin, but it just rounds off a bit more. I'm not saying I look like Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm just saying that it's a similar face shape in terms of oblong. So what's he done with his hair? Can you see there that he's actually left quite a bit of hair on the side? Okay, so he's actually let it grow out a bit on the side, so it doesn't give that long impression. Now, The Rock actually shaves his head completely, right? So if he's got an oblong head, he's shaving it, right, to keep his hair short. So The Rock, there you go. So apparently he's got an oblong face, which he does. If you look at that, that's a pretty oblong face to me, isn't it? You know, goes up long, cuts his hair, keeps it short, and that gives the impression that his face is a little bit more rounded rather than long going upwards, okay? So it's a good example there of The Rock. And a good example of Jake Gyllenhaal. So you keep your sides a little bit thicker, or if you're not going to, then keep it a short trim. So I've learned a bit of a lesson here. Oblong is a funny word for someone's face, and it's a word we might use to describe a curiously large sweet potato. Right, so go for an ultra close buzz cut, which I don't like. I've tried that before. I might try it again one day, who knows. A high fade haircut with a not too high top works well. Okay, fine, I'll give that a try. High fade haircut with not too high top. So the key is I need to keep the top of my head short and not too long. Otherwise, if it's really long, then it's going to look more rectangular. Also, you can get away with wide, flowy sides. Exactly, right? So have it a bit more flowy so it gives me more length. It gives me more width on my face. Try to match the length on the sides with the height in this case. Oof. I don't know if I want to try that. It means I have to make my hair much longer. Don't with oblong faces. It's wise to avoid low fades of all kind, unless everything is getting an ultra close crop. Things like quiffs and high and tights will only flatter if there is some length on the sides too. Yeah, see, I like to keep some length on the sides. Facial hair advice, goatees can be extremely complimentary here since they create a visual anchor for the chin shape, whereas a beard will only further stretch out your wide jaw and chin. Exactly. So actually, interestingly, I've noticed that when I grow out a beard, it just makes my head look longer, and I don't like that. So I've actually trimmed down the stubble, and I've still got beard, but I actually like the stubble. So this is what we call 10-day stubble, right? 10 days to 2-week stubble. And I try and keep it like this so that it's not giving you the impression that my face is long, because if I let a beard grow, then my face would look much longer. Okay, so I've trimmed it down to get more of a rounder look rather than a long look. Imagine I let my beard grow down and let my hair grow upwards. It'd be like making this head look much longer, okay? So there I've given you a good example of like what it's supposed to look like for me and how I've used this information, okay, to give myself like the latest haircut. And I think it looks cool. You know, I stuck on my cool glasses today, walked down the street, getting a lot of attention from girls, and that feels good. You can actually tell, in fact, if your haircut looks cool, depending on whether you're getting fresh attention from new girls, okay? So you'll know, and you'll feel it as well when you look in the mirror, like you'll look a bit confident, you'll feel sexy, and that's the idea. Do you know what I mean? Like, look at yourself in the mirror. If you feel good about your haircut, you know, your opinion is the most important one. Sure, you can ask a few girlfriends of yours, you can ask a couple of friends, But if you ask too many people, you're going to get super confused with people's opinions. Some people say great, some people say it's not that great. I tell you one thing I've learned, boys, from my years of experience. Your own opinion is the most important opinion that matters. Okay, so if you like your new hairstyle, you run with that new hairstyle. And what's most important is that you're confident with what you have. Own it, be confident. If it looks great, bang, run with it. In general, this stuff works, but there'll be some anomalies where it just might not work for you. So the best thing to do in that instance is to actually attempt to experiment with different hairstyles. Now, I'd love to grow my hair long, push back, to have a ponytail, give all that a try, but I just don't want to go through all the hassle of that stuff. And so I quite like that I looked this up, got a bit more analytical, and I think you should do the same. All right, so give it a shot, get yourselves looking attractive and beautiful. You know, even if you're not single, like boys, even if you've got a wife and kids and all that kind of stuff, you still want to be looking good. This isn't just for the single boys to go out there and start like getting laid. No, this is for all of you to go out there and to, and your wife would be like, oh, you're looking, no, look at you today. You're looking good and fresh. You always want to be looking fresh as a guy. Don't ever lose sight of that. Don't ever let go of that, okay? Hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you've done this stuff in the past, what you think of it. Do you think this is like legit? Did it really work for you? Did it not? I'd love to know what you guys think, as usual, and I always get back to people in my comments. All right, chaps, peace out. Have a great day.